Okay, so this video is designed to help you get ready for the first quiz in Math 0481. We're going to talk a little bit about how to solve linear equations with one variable in them. The idea here when we're solving linear equation is to try to get the x, the variable, on one side by itself. And we're going to do that by moving all the pieces away from that x. And when we have something like this plus 7, we want to move it away. It's an addition. We're going to use the opposite operation to get rid of it. So if I want to get rid of an addition like this, I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides. Okay, and again, you want to make sure you're keeping the equation balanced. So whatever you do to one side in your equation, you want to make sure you're doing the same thing to the other side as well. So 7 minus 7 is equal to 0. We can cancel those off. Leaves us with that 3x over there on the left. On the right side, 16 minus 7 is equal to 9. Okay, and then our next step here is to get rid of the 3. Again, we're working towards that goal of getting that x on one side by itself. So this is a multiplication. When we have two things right next to each other, the opposite of multiplication is division. So we're going to divide both sides by 3. This works because 3 divided by 3 is equal to 1, and 1x is just x. On the other side, 9 divided by 3, we work that out. We get 3, and we've got our x on one side by itself. That's how we know we're done. Once we get that x on one side by itself, we've got our solution. Okay? So next, we have a situation where we need to do a little cleanup before we can solve the equation. In this case, we've got this 2 that's multiplied times this parenthesis with this expression 2x minus 4 inside of it. Okay, we're going to use a property called the distributive property to get rid of that. If you don't remember what that is, it tells us to take this number out front and multiply it times each of our terms inside the parentheses. So 2 times 2x is going to give me 4x. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. Okay, and now we've made a problem that's very, very similar to the last one that we did. Again, we're going to work towards our goal of getting that x on one side by itself. So my next step here is to get rid of that minus 8. I've got a subtraction. I'm going to use the opposite operation. The opposite of subtraction is addition. I'm going to add 8 to both sides. Okay, negative 8 plus 8 is equal to 0. Leaves us with the 4x. Okay, on the other side, 16 plus 8 is 24. Okay, next, we want to get that x by itself on one side. This is a multiplication, so we're going to use the opposite operation, which is division. We're going to divide both sides by 4 here. Okay, these are gone. Leaves us with that x by itself on the left. On the right side, 24 divided by 4 is equal to 6. Okay, and again, we know we're done at this point because the x is on one side by itself. That's our goal. We've accomplished it, so we finished the problem. Our answer here is 6. Okay, finally, we've got a situation here where we've got some x's on both sides and some constants on both sides of our equation. When I see a problem like this, my first thought is, how can I get the like terms collected? I want to get all my x terms on one side, and I want to get all my constant terms on the other side. So I'm going to work towards that. I'm going to start by collecting all my x terms. So I'm going to move this minus x. Now, this one, it doesn't have a number in front. It's important to know that the implied coefficient here is a 1. So this is like negative 1x. Even though that wasn't written before, it's okay. Just we know that if there's no number written there, the implied coefficient is a 1. So to get rid of a negative 1x, we're going to add 1x to both sides. I'm just going to line it up under the like term over here because those are the ones I'm going to be able to add together. So negative 1x plus positive 1x is equal to 0. Those will cancel. That's what we wanted. On the left side, negative 3x plus 1x is equal to negative 2x. Okay, next we want to work towards getting that x on one side by itself. Very similar to the first two problems. We're going to get rid of this subtraction by using the opposite operation. So I'm going to add 4. If I do it on one side, I've got to do it on the other side as well. These are gone. Leaves me with the negative 2x over here on the right. 12 plus 4 gives me 16. And then finally, I'm going to get rid of this multiplication here using the opposite operation, which is division. I'm going to divide by negative 2. Negative 2 divided by negative 2 is positive 1. Positive 1x is what we're looking for there. And then on the right, 16 divided by negative 2 is negative 8. We know we're done because we've got that x on one side by itself. That's what we're looking for here, okay? So again, this is an important skill set to have because we're going to use it throughout the course. We need to be comfortable with this. If you're having problems remembering this algebra, equation solving strategies, then please let your instructor know as soon as possible. We'll be happy to get you the help that you need. I hope you have a nice day.